Hello, my name's Miss Shepherd and I'd like to welcome you to our first ever virtual digital workshop. I'm so pleased that so many of you can join us today to watch our online workshop. I know normally we'd invite you into school to go through some of these activities, but I'm sure you're enjoying watching it from the comfort of your own home and you might even have a cup of tea in your hand. So during this virtual workshop, I'm going to show you all the different digital tools that we use in school and how best you can support your children when using these tools. Here we have a variety of online tools that we use in Key Stage 2. We use Google Classroom to set activities and home learning tasks. We use Hub to access the variety of tools available. Seesaw can be used as a learning journal and to create different activities. ReadyWriter and Mathletics are sister companies. ReadyWriter is used to practice and reinforce spelling patterns, and Mathletics is used to consolidate math skills taught in school. Bird Club is a great online tool which is used to practice reading and comprehension. During this workshop, I will show you in a bit more detail how to use these tools at home. So, how can you use these tools at home to support learning? All children in our school have a login for each of the tools that I've just mentioned. We have previously shared these with you. If you do need these again, please just let your class teacher know and they'll be happy to get those out to you again. All of the tools that I've just mentioned again can be used via an app downloaded from the Android or Apple Store and can be used on a tablet, or they are all accessible via a website, and these links can be found on our school website also. So now I'm going to show you how you can log into Google Classroom and a very quick brief overview of the different Google tools that we use. You click on the sign in button here, and then you need to type in your email address. Now it's really important that when you type it in, you include the @stjuliansprimary.com and also typing in your password. Then all you do is click on the 9 dots and find the Google Classroom app. So I click on it now. It will take me to the Classroom's homepage. Now it will show all the classrooms that I'm enrolled in. I just click on the name of the classroom and then I can enter it. So first of all, you can see the stream. So that's what's happened most recently. You can type directly on it and you can upload anything to the stream. If you click on the 9 dots, you can see the different Google tools that we use. Very quickly, we're going to look at Google Docs to begin with. So I click on Docs. Very similar to a word processing tool like Microsoft Word. Okay, so I can click on a new document by clicking on the plus blank document, and then I can just write directly onto it, as I would with any word processing tool. So here I'm just very quickly demonstrating to you that this is how you can write on a document. Perhaps in some other videos later on, we'll show in some more detail. You can access another Google tool. So I click on the 9 dots. And this time I'm going to look at Google Slides. So this is our presentation software. I'm just clicking on a blank slide, but you can choose from any other template. So similar again to Microsoft PowerPoint, this is a presentation tool. So you can create any types of presentations, insert images or videos, and also animations as well. Anything that you've created using Google Docs or Google Slides or any of the other Google tools will be saved in your drive, which can be found by clicking on the 9 dots. This video will show you how to respond to an assignment the teacher has shared with you. So I'm already logged into Google Classroom and you can see my classrooms here. I click on the class that I'm enrolled in and it will take me to the home page of the classroom. So you can see anything that's been updated recently. If I click on the classwork tab, it will then show me any assignments, and it also sorts it into topics. So you can see the different topics on the left-hand side. I'm going to click on this healthy eating presentation. I click on view assignments, so it opens it up in more detail. You can read the instructions that the teacher has set, and then you need to click on add or create. You can add anything from your Google Drive, a link, a file from your computer, or any of the Google tools that we've previously mentioned. As this says to use Google Slides, I'm going to add a Google slide. And straight away, it will create a blank Google slide presentation for you to use. So I'm going to click on that. It should say your name. And here then you're ready to create your healthy eating presentation or whatever activity you're completing, your assignment. So I'll just quickly fill this in to show you as an example. Then if I go back onto my classroom tab, I need to then click on the hand in button. That means it sends it to the teacher. It will ask me, do I definitely want to hand it in? Yes, I do, hand in. Now I can't make any other edits to that piece of work. If I do want to change something, I can click on the unsubmit button and then I will be able to add any adjustments. If I look at this book review, this time if I click on view assignment, I'm going to add something from my Google Drive instead. So I've clicked on Google Drive and now I'm going to select something that I've already done using slides. So I'm going to click on this one as an example. I insert it. And again, if I want my teacher to see it, it's really important that we press the hand in button. Otherwise the teacher won't know that you've completed the work. If you were doing Canva or perhaps an Adobe Spark, that's when you can add in a link. Can you use them? You could upload a photo or a picture of something that you have done at the weekend. Perhaps you've been on a walk or you've done some baking. More than welcome to upload your photo to the Google Classroom stream so that other children in the class can see, as well as your teacher. You could perhaps create a Google Docs about something that you've done on the weekend, or even write a story. You could use Google Slides to create an all about you presentation and share it with your class or your teacher. And you could also create a Google Sheets and insert a table about all the different items that you've bought, maybe in a shop or a supermarket. And then you could even create a graph to show how often you buy these items. We're going to look at some of the Hub tools that we can use. So I've already signed into Hub, and if I scroll down, I can see all the different applications that are available through Hub. There are many that we use in school, especially in Key Stage 2. Adobe Spark we use to create videos and presentations and sometimes posters. We also use Just Too Easy, J2E, to use a number of different tools in that application. And another really good app that we use is Flipgrid, where you can video and record yourself responding to questions or tasks that your teacher has set. So we're going to look at J2E to begin with. When I click on it, it then takes me to the J2E tab with all the different tiles. Now these tiles open different applications. You have My Files, which will be all the saved activities that you've done in J2E. You have J2 Homework, there's J2 Data, J2E5, all of these tools that we use in Key Stage 2. Today we're going to focus mainly on J2E5 and how to use that as a word processed application. So here I've opened up a blank J2E5 document, and you can click and type absolutely anywhere on the page just by clicking and typing. So I'm just going to show you something as an example with the title My Fairy Tale. So I can highlight that text, and then on the right hand side I can change the font. So there's lots of preset fonts that I can choose from, and I just choose one. And then I can make my text bigger by selecting the size of the font. Now there is also another really good tool. If you highlight the text again, or you can move it around, and you can change the colour using the slider on the right hand side. I can centre it, I can also underline and make it bold. Okay, so you can also choose from other fonts. So if you click on more fonts, There are lots more options that you can choose from that aren't already saved on your presets. You can filter by styles. So if I wanted a handwriting or a display style, then I can choose a font from there, and then it will save into my favorites. So I'm just going to choose this one. I can resize it by dragging from the corner and again moving it around. Down the side then, I can click to add text by clicking on the A tool, and then I can draw a line and changing the colour on the right hand side again. I can draw some shapes. There's a rectangle, I can change the colour and draw another rectangle. Obviously there's circles there as well. You can create your own shape, one with straight sides, just by clicking and tapping, and then when you want to stop you double click, and then there's your saved shape. I can do it with curved sides, so again creating my own shape. So I'm just showing you some of the different tools that you can use. For now I'm just going to delete those, and imagine that we're going to write a story, a fairy tale. So along the top there is my picture tool, and I can select from pictures I've already saved on the web, shared pictures, or I can upload anything from my saved files. So if I go onto the web, and I'm just going to type in fairy tale. So then there are different options from the web that I can choose from, and I just click on the one that I would like and drag it onto my page. Now again, I can resize this by pulling on the corners, and I can move it around. There are some really good formatting options. You can change the border style and clicking on the colour to change the colour. I can then choose from different styles, so it changes the shape of the picture. Obviously children find this really exciting, to change the style of a photo and make their work look even more exciting. So I'm going to go with that for now. And then underneath you can type anywhere. So sometimes there are some issues on Google Docs or Word. You can't always type where you want to. This is really good because you can type literally anywhere on the page. So I'm just writing a really short sentence here, the start of my fairy tale. Now J2E 5 is also a web page. I can click on shapes to find some more shapes. There are options there that I can drag and drop. There are word lists that you can choose from, saved word lists, so if you're unsure of any spellings of the words, you can perhaps find them on here, not stopping you from writing. There's also a text to talk tool. You can also add some different drop-down menus or embed sound or video by clicking on the different tools at the top. If I wanted to add a table, I could add it there, choosing the number of columns and rows, and then add a new page at the bottom right hand side, and I can flick between those. And don't forget to save. It's really important with J2E5 that you save anything that you do and give it a title. So I'm just going to save that, my fairy tale, and it will save in my files. And then when I click view, I can preview it as a web page. Now you can animate. If I click on the item and then in the bottom right hand side, I can either link it to perhaps a website, or I can animate the image. So I can choose from a list of options, and this is the bounce option, just as an example. And then again with the text, I can choose an animation for that. And then when we view it as the web page, you can see how it's interactive, and the children really respond well to this. Again, save anything that you've done So clicking on save, and then it will share in your files. Okay, so going back onto our J2 Easy tile page, we're now going to look at J2 Blast. So this is an opportunity where the children can practice their spellings and their times tables. So by clicking on Spell Blast, it will take you to the home page. Firstly, you can practice by clicking here. Now these are the spelling lists that are already inputted into J2 Blast. So you can see there are lots of different spellings and you can choose from the list here. You can then also change to the shared spelling list. So these are from the school. So just by clicking on the right and left arrows. But for the purpose of this, I'm just going to choose this year 1 here. So I click on it and then you can hear the sound or hear the word, sorry, and then you type it in. It's a bit of a, it's against the time as well. So times tables then, exactly the same premise. You click here to have a practice. You can choose the different levels suitable by dragging that across. So here I've just done the 2 times table. And then how many answers can you get correct in the given, or how quick can you answer those questions, sorry. You have 10 questions and then it will show you a leaderboard. So where will you place on that leaderboard? So we got them all correct. And then you can retry or continue, and here is the leaderboard there. You can also go live, which means you can play against other people, other children on the Hub or J2 Blast network. Lots of children really enjoy this because of the competition. Okay, so again, same premise, every score that you get right, the quicker you do it, then the better your score will be. How can you use these Hub tools that I've just explained at home to support learning? You could, again, upload a picture explaining something that you've done at home. You could use J2E5 to write about something that you've done on the weekend. You could use J2 data to create a graph, perhaps of things that you've seen whilst you're going out. Maybe if you've seen different types of transport, or if there's litter in the area, perhaps you can note down each time that you see a piece of litter. You could also use J2 data to create a database of all the different books that you have at home. So you could create your own library. Firstly, you can click on the Seesaw Class app and then click on I'm a Student. Reception can use the QR code that has been sent home with them. All other years use the Hub email address and password by typing in the email and password. This will then take you onto your classroom and show your journal of items. If you click on the green add button, you can post your own work. You can choose from various options, including uploading a photo and video or a file from photos saved on your device or from Google Drive or any other locations. You can also type a note by clicking on the note option and then clicking on the green button to save it to your journal. You can also add a link to a website. If you find a website that has helped with your home learning, you can type the website there and then upload it by clicking on the green button. You can record a video directly from your device, and you can also take a photo directly up from your device as well. So if I show you, I will upload a photo from my camera roll and how to upload it to my journal. So I've clicked on the photo, upload, photos and videos. I go on to my recents, and this is the photo that I'd like to upload. I click on the green tick, and then it is on my screen. If I click on the 3 dots, I can unlock that photo and then I can move it around on the screen. I can also resize by making it smaller by clicking on the different options. Along the bottom, there are different pen tools, and the slider on the right shows you how to change the colour. On the left-hand side, you have different options. You can add shapes, you could add different backgrounds, add the shapes there. You can also add different photos or videos or upload them from your device in the same way. You can record your voice to explain what's happening in whatever you've uploaded by just clicking on the record button. And then once you're happy, you click on the green done to insert that recorded audio. You can also use the text tool by clicking on the T, and you can type in anything on the screen. Once I'm happy, I can move it around, and I can again change the colour by moving the slider up and down. I can resize my text so that I'm happy with it. Once I'm completely happy with all my work, I click on the green button, the green tick in the top right hand corner, and you can add it to a folder if you wish. If not, just continue and click the green tick. Then once it's uploaded, your teacher will be able to approve it, ready to show on your journal. Now I'm going to show you how you can respond to an activity in Seesaw. So at the moment I'm on the Journal tab. If I click onto the Activities tab, you can see the activities that the teacher has set you. Very simply, all you need to do is click on the green Add Response, and then you'll be able to respond to the activity, which could be a piece of homework. If I'm not sure, I can click on the View Instructions tab, which is at the top, and again it will show me what I need to do. So then I need to work out which one is the odd one out. I can record my voice over this using the record button. Once I'm happy, I click on Done to insert the audio. And then when I'm ready, I click on the green tick, which will update and show the teacher that I've completed the activity. They will then approve your work once they have looked at it. Okay, using the Seesaw tools to support learning at home, you could again very simply upload a picture. Perhaps it's a piece of art that you've done. Take a picture of that and share it with your teacher so that you know what you've been doing at the weekend. You could post an activity and write about it, or if you had some news, perhaps you've achieved something that you'd like to share. You could take a picture of a book and record yourself reading that book so the teacher can hear how much you've improved. Again, there are some lovely activities that you could do that are creative, or maybe a STEM or science challenge. You could build the strongest bridge using lollipop sticks, and then use the record button to explain what you've done, how you made it. Or even if you were building something with Lego, can you explain what you've done using the record tool? So I've logged in, and then this is my home page here. The children will probably be much better than me at explaining it, but you can see the different tabs at the top. You've got my home, my stuff, my library, my rewards, and there's also a page for grown-ups, which we'll look at in a bit. So if I click on my stuff, you can see the books that are in that I can read. So I simply click on the book that I fancy. So the first page is some notes perhaps for the parents and for you. What is the book focusing on? And then I just scroll through the book, clicking the next and back buttons at the bottom. The really good thing about Bug Club is these bugs here. So within the books, there will be bugs, which are questions about what you've just read. So again, it's practicing those comprehension skills for the children. So I'm pretty sure I've got this one right. Yeah, perfect. And then it tells you whether you've got it correct, and then you can go straight back into the book and continue reading. You can also get the book to read to you. That's often quite nice for children who aren't confident with their reading yet. Again, there's bugs on most of the pages to practice the comprehension skills. And you can see there, those are the bugs, the questions that I've completed. Okay, so if we then look at my home now, there's Bug World. So children earn rewards for each book that they read. So obviously the more rewards they have, the more they can use it to spend on different items. I think there's things like a sticker book, there's a race game that they can play. So if you just go across to the rewards here, there's the pit stop, and if I click, it will take us to the sticker factory. So we can enter that by clicking on the doors of the sticker factory. And at the moment, I don't have enough rewards to get the stickers. So obviously we need to build that up a little bit more. So in your library, this will be the books that you have completed, the books that you have read. Okay, and you can also reread them again. and I'll just click back onto the home page here. If we look at the grown-ups tab here, there's some useful information for yourselves on how you can support your children at home using the Bug Club website or the app. It's just taken a little while to load, but it should come up any minute. There we are. So it's how to get the most out of Bug Club, how children learn to read, and reading at home. So there are some helpful little links there that may prove beneficial. So I'll just flick back onto Bug Club. So again, My Stuff, that's where you find the books, and you can scroll across, look through your library. These are the allocated books from the teacher. Okay, so here we have the Ready Writer app then. This is something new that we've been doing over the last few years. It's the sister app to Mathletics, and we found that to be really popular with the children. So I've logged into my Ready Writer account, and you can see that this will then be the home page. If I scroll on the left hand side here, these are the different spellings lists that I can choose from. Okay, lots of teachers often use the week beginnings, you know which ones are for that week to practice, or they might just be high frequency words that you'll find that you need to practice. So I can click on the different tiles. I've just clicked on the word fact tile, so it will show me the meaning of the word. I can click on them, it tells me the definition, it shows me it in a sentence, and it also shows the syllable and phoneme breakdown, which not all children will need to know, but perhaps for those curious children, they'll be able to use that to help them learn how to spell those words. So again, clicking on a different tile, if we look at the practice tile, the explore tile. So this is a game, picnic panic, and finish the sentence. So if I click on picnic panic, obviously game-based learning, lots of children love playing games to earn the rewards, and then they don't necessarily always realise that they're learning as they're playing these games. So we're focusing on these words, it tells us what we're doing. And to play this game, you have to match the word to the correct meaning. Okay, so that's quite important for children so that they can use that word in a sentence. So here comes the raccoons, and I've got to match that sentence to the correct meaning. So I click on the correct one, and there you can see the reward for that. So if I just go back now then to some of the other games that we have on Ready Writer. Okay, so I can look at finishing the sentence. So once I've practiced knowing the meaning of the word, I can then use that in a sentence. So I just drag and drop the correct word, and it will tell you whether I'm correct. You can also click on the sound button so you can hear the sentence being read out. Okay, so let's look at the different tiles. If I look at the practice one, look, say, write, check. That's something that we encourage children to use to practice their spellings. So they can do that using the Ready Writer app. So this is the AR words that we're still practicing. So I can look at it, shows me how we can split it into different phonemes. And again, clicking on the sound buttons, then you can hear an example. And then if I click on next, it should take me back. There we go, and it splits it into the different phonemes. I can look at the tricky parts, so which letters do I find tricky, or which part of the word do I find tricky. I can take a snapshot, and I can look at any facts or rules that will help me learn how to spell that word. Okay, so the next part then is how to say it. So it will again show me how to split it into different phonemes. It encourages you to say it in a different way, so perhaps in a robot voice. Then if I click on next, I need to say it, so warm, and then we cover it, clicking on cover at the bottom. There we go, and it's covered it now. So now we need to try and write it from memory. So we type in that word, then we click on next. We check, do they match? Yes, they do. And it tells us that we've got it correct. Okay, so there's different games that you can play to practice these spellings. Here it's asking you to spell the word, so we've listened to the word. If we're not sure, we can click on the sound bite again. And then we type in the word that we've just heard. Okay, magic boxes. It's another fun game. You can choose the difficulty level at the bottom. Again, you need sound turned on for this. You can hear the word, play the word, listen to it carefully, and then you need to split it into different phoneme sounds. So how many phoneme sounds are there? How many sounds can you hear within that word? So it gets you to remember the sounds. So we've got 4. There are 4 sounds in this word, correct? So again, the children are reinforcing the different spelling rules, and then they're having that feedback, the reinforcement of positive learning experiences. Here we have the mathletics one as well. Proved to be really popular with the children here in our school. They love the game-based learning and they really enjoy receiving certificates on a Friday when they've earned enough points, whether it's bronze, silver or gold. So here I've logged into my mathletics page, and this is the home page. So you can see the different topics that are covered, and if I was to click on one, it will show me the activities that you can complete relating to this. So you just click on the activity, it will take you to the page, and then based on what the teacher has set you, you can complete the activities. It can also show you an animation to help you if you're not sure. You can see that there's a number of questions, 12 questions, and you work through those at your own pace. So if I just go back to the home page again. So at the moment we're in the Learn tab, okay? So then we're trying something different. We're trying to order numbers to 20. Again, working through at your own pace. You can click on the soundbite if you need the question read out. And you can go through the questions there. Teachers are able to see what children have completed, what they found difficult, or what they've done really, really well in. So that's a positive part of this. Again, you can see the certificate points. How many points have you earned in the week? Different activities that you can go through. You can do them a number of times as well if you need to practice any specific skills. If I go on the Explore tab now at the top, here there are different activities and videos. The videos are really popular with the children, especially the times table tunes. They're very catchy. You might end up singing them yourselves as well. But again, reinforcing times tables is really important. These videos are really helpful to do that, and the children love that. If I click on the Play tab here, another really popular part of mathletics is the going live, where children get to play against other children. You can do it within the school, okay? All very safe, and they can earn certain points when they go live. I've also included some really good games to help with keyboard and mouse skills. These are links to websites which are free. There are lots of really good educational games on these websites, and it's just getting the children used to coordinating the mouse, so having to move it around if you're using perhaps a desktop computer or a laptop. And there are also some games that you can use to on the iPad, getting used to typing on the keyboard as well. Really important skills that the children should be using and should be practicing. We teach our children to write using a pen or a pencil and on paper. It's also important that we teach our children how to use the basic computer skills. So what next? The best thing to do is have a little play. Your children will be able to help you. They are able to work through those tools in school, and they are very resilient. Have a play together. Try and work out something that you can do over the weekend. Upload an activity to one of the tools that we've just talked about. Or maybe you can have a look at mathletics or Ready Writer or Bug Club together. There are lots of opportunities for you to use these tools at home. If there are any questions, please just contact the school office or your child's teacher and we'll be more than happy to help. Finally, I just wanted to say a huge thank you for tuning in to our first online digital workshop. I hope that you found it really useful. These videos will be staying on our website, so if you're ever unsure, please just check back and they might be of some use. Again, any help that we can provide, please just let the school office know or your class teacher, or you can also ask for me, Miss Shepherd, and I'll do my very best to help wherever you can. Have fun, enjoy, and play around with these digital tools that we use in school. Diolch yn fawr!